life coach and your social worker, of course, here to, of course, bring you another podcast episode and YouTube episode. So make sure on both platforms that you, of course, Taboo Conversations, the podcast, make sure that you all, of course, subscribing to the podcast so that every time I upload something, you can get that information. I guess I put it that way. Same thing on YouTube. Make sure that you all, of course, are subscribing to my channel and making sure that you're clicking that little button, the little bell notification to get the notification every time that I go live. Looks like I have something on my eye, y'all. I can't. Actually, it's the light. I'm sitting up here filling up my eye. I'm like, what's going on with my eye, Lord? Jesus, y'all don't worry about it, okay? Okay, y'all. So, like I said, welcome to this podcast episode. Um, this episode, of course, is sponsored by Speak Your Truth Life Coaching, Life and Relationship Coaching. I want to say, unpacking the baggage is, of course, real, and it's something that we all have to do. In this video, of course, we'll talk little bit about that. It's talking about how did I decide to do something different in my life. So, like I said, with that, the unpacking the baggage, make sure that you click the link inside of the description on the podcast and on YouTube to pick up unpacking the baggage questions so that y'all can, of course, start unraveling some of these things that you're going through when it comes to yourself and when it comes to your relationship. So, let's go ahead and get into um, the episode for today. Again, like I said, is talking about how did I decide I wanted to do something different in life. And y'all, this can be a whole long story, take hours and hours and hours. I'm not gonna take hours, but I'm gonna take a little while. But like I said, how did I decide to do something different in life? Since I was a kid, I don't even know what age, y'all. Probably first grade or something. I don't know. I would say first grade. Growing up, seeing all the things that was going on around me, my mother and father using drugs, my mother being abused by my dad. We, of course, I didn't realize we were living in um, a poverty neighborhood, I guess you can say. But like I said, definitely, I'm like, okay, everybody it was my norm. So like I said, definitely, I didn't realize that other families did something different. They didn't fight, they didn't use drugs, they had money and those kind of things. I realized that when I first started going out to the grade school I started going to. I was a part of I was a part of the DSEG program, or the desegregation program in St. Louis City, meaning that the black kids from the city were bussed out and taken out to the St. Louis County school districts to, of course, as they said, have a better education and to, of course, assimilate. I guess I put it that way. But like I said, definitely going out there, I saw that people, of course, had better cars, better houses. The whole entire neighborhood where my school was totally different. There wasn't all these folks hanging outside selling drugs. There wasn't any shootings on the corner like I was used to, all those kind of things. And like I said, just seeing the other kids, I was the only black child out there at first for the first few years. But like I said, definitely just seeing the other kids coming to school with nice clothes on and well, they're all white, of course, but like I said, nice clothes on, that kind of thing. Talking about how their parents took them on a trip and did this, did all these kind of things. I'm like, okay, folks out there live differently. And then when I saw all those things, of course, on TV, like with the Cosby shows and those type of things. Seeing, of course, that there's a black family that, of course, has money or looks like they have money. Well, he's a doctor. She's a lawyer, I think. I forgot, y'all. Yeah, that's how it went. The kids, of course, in school, dressing well, looking good, having a happy life, that kind of thing. Like I said, I started realizing that stuff back then, back when I was in early grade school. And then on top of that, seeing National Geographic, because I still watch, well, it's not called National Geographic anymore. Well, it's still called National Geographic, but that show doesn't come on anymore. I look at like the travel networks, the travel channels, the food networks, all those type of things. And you see all these folks, of course, traveling across the world, eating different foods and seeing all these places, doing all this kind of stuff. And like I said, that's when I realized that something different could be done in my life as well. That I didn't have to live the way I was living back in that household. Well, like I said, in that household, in my environment, that kind of thing. That there were other and better environments that I can, of course, move on into once I got a chance to do so. So, like I said, that was definitely my first time deciding in my head, even as a small kid that was in first second grade, that I was going to do something different. I knew that I did not like where I was. I knew that there was something different, and I knew that I wanted to get to those places, and that's what I've always told myself my entire life. Actually, I still tell myself that to this day because I still want to do a lot more traveling and that kind of thing. So, like I said, definitely just telling myself that I wanted something different, but first I had to see that different first. And like I said again, the question is, how did I decide I wanted to do? I wanted something different in life. I had to see that different in life first, for me as a kid, and then I had to decide that I was going to go ahead and go down that path to try. I did not know all the steps. I had no idea what to do. I didn't know how to begin. I just knew that school was going to be the only thing that could, because I saw it on the Cosby Show. Like I said, they all went to college and they were talking to their kids about going to college and going to school and that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, that, and I think it was Saved by the Bell, and there were some other shows. I watched a few of those episodes. I didn't see a lot. I saw more of the Cosby Show than Saved by the Bells. But they had other shows. I can't think of the name. Lord, that's okay. But y'all get what I'm saying. But like I said, I had to see something different in order to know that there was something different out there before I could, of course, decide to go down any kind of path. I didn't know how hard or how easy it was going to be. There was no blueprint. There is no blueprint to life, and I say that all the time, y'all. There never is a blueprint to life. The only blueprint you have is what you document in your journal, or what I document in these videos, which is my journey. Other than that, there is no blueprint. You can always take that blueprint, take whatever you documented, go back and rewrite something, write a story, write a book, or write poems, however you want to do it. Make a movie if you have that kind of money. That's up to you. But like I said, definitely there is no blueprint to life at all. We all have to go through life the same kind of way, figuring things out, having a lot of failures, and then picking our asses back up and get to moving. Learning from those failures, learning the lessons from those failures in order to, of course, improve our lives. Whenever I've had a failure, because I've had many of them, I can tell you a whole lot of them, I had to, of course, figure out what that failure was, figure out what that lesson was, and figure out what I can do different moving forward so I won't have that same thing happen again. And those all started with decisions, just me, like I said, me seeing something different, and then me, of course, just saying that I'm going to go ahead and do something different and putting all my all towards that. I had to be the one that was, of course, dedicated towards that path. I was dedicated towards the education path until I learned something different. I had to be dedicated towards that path. I had to have the self-discipline. I have a whole lot of self-discipline, actually. To push myself to do any damn thing there is. I beat up on myself. Oh, Lord, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't have did this. But like I said, I still learn from those lessons in order for me to move forward. I had to have self-discipline. I still have self-discipline in order for me to make the goals and create the goals that I want to create. You have to have self-discipline. You have to have consistency. Every day I work towards doing something better. I never, of course, use drugs or alcohol, or, well, I had to take that back. Not alcohol. I have had like a few drinks, like little sips off drinks. I don't drink at all. At this present time, I've had like I said, little sips throughout my life, like a sip of champagne or a sip of. I've tasted a margarita. I've tasted a few different kind of drinks. I put it that way. Maybe about 10 throughout my whole life, just like a sip of something. Other than that, I don't. I'm not a drinker. I don't smoke anything. I've never smoked anything. Like I said, I made those conscious choices, and I was intentional about everything that I did. I knew that if I started using drugs, I knew that if I started drinking alcohol, I knew that if I started smoking cigarettes, I know that if I started doing whatever else it was, drinking, like I said, drinking or the drugs or anything along those lines, that I was not going to complete my goals because I saw folks around me, parents, family, friends, who were doing those things, drinking or using, not everybody, but some people drinking, using drugs, all those types of things. Only place that got them was in the same situation they were in. And like I said, as a kid, first, second grade, I'm pretty sure before that, I saw those things. And I'm like, okay, I cannot do this. I cannot be like these people. Family or not, I cannot be like these people. I want something better for myself. I knew back then that I was making I didn't know what the conscious choice and being intentional those words were. I was a little kid. But like I said, I knew I made my mind up back then that I was going to do something different than everybody else was doing. And I made that my whole entire plight throughout my entire life. I'm still doing that. Nothing has changed. I'm still having the same self-discipline. I still, of course, I'm very consistent. I'm still, of course, making it, I guess, have a made up mind that I'm going to do something different. And I'm not going to fall back into the same traps that I grew up in. The drugs, the poverty, the alcohol, all those types of domestic violence. I wasn't going to do that. Section 8. Living paycheck to paycheck. I had to make a conscious decision that I was not going to do those things. This question, how did I decide I wanted something different in life? You have to make a decision to do something different, regardless as to what the consequences are, because you don't know what they are until you start going down that path. I got made fun of, called Hastidity, basically. I'm acting like the white folks, trying to talk like the white folks, trying to act like the white people, trying to be better than everybody else in my neighborhood. I got called that all and said those things to me all the time. But regardless, I kept moving forward anyway. I still knew that something different was going to come out of my life than what I currently had saw. And that's where a lot of people get tripped up at. You hear, of course, you're trying to make changes, doing what you need to do with your life, and then here come your mom, dad, brother, sister, friends, neighborhood friends, next door neighbors, church people. Are you trying to be better than everybody else? Who you trying to outdo? You ain't better than us. You the same as us, poor. You ain't got no money. You ain't gonna never have nothing. I've heard people tell people that. I've been told stuff like that. I, like I said, I chose, even though I had no idea what intentional was or what that word meant, I chose to intentionally keep going down my path and doing the stuff anyway, pushing myself that until I couldn't push myself no more. Like I said, I had no idea that I wanted something different. I had no idea what that different may even look like. I just knew that I had to do something better than what everybody else around me was doing. I did not want to see myself living in those same situations, repeating itself over and over again, just like everybody else's life had. I knew that I had to do something different. So, like I'm telling you, like I said, this is about my life, but I'm sure you can pick up on these gems as well. There is no reason why you have to stop doing what you're doing because somebody told you that you're acting a certain kind of way or that you're trying to outdo them. Yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, go ahead and tell them. Yeah, yeah, you are. You're trying to do something better with your life. You don't mean that you're trying to outdo them, make them look bad, that kind of thing. That's how they feel inside. They feel bad because they didn't do shit with their life. I can tell you that. And like I said, that's not on you. That's on them. And that's up to them to do something with their life and stop putting yours down because they didn't do what the hell they supposed to have done. Or do the mission, whatever it was that God had gave them. That's on them. Now I hope that I know this is out there for somebody, I'm pretty sure. And I hope that you're picking up this gem because like I said, it's very important because I hear this a lot. I can't do this, I can't do that because so and so said ain't got the grades or I ain't got the voice to do it or whatever the case may be. I used to stutter my ass off, could barely even talk. Was made fun of all the time, all the way from grade school up until college. I intentionally, again, started making changes, teaching myself how to speak by reading to my damn cats. In order to, that's how y'all can understand me today. If it wasn't for my two cats, Smokey and Morris, God rest their soul, they both have passed away. I used to read magazines, anything I can get my hands on to them. Stand up in my room and read out loud every day until I could enunciate the words. I can't tell you how many times I was made fun of and told I couldn't speak and I shouldn't speak or what is she saying? All this crazy crap all the time because of the way I spoke. Do you think I would not be here talking to y'all today if I would have sat there and listened to them goddamn people? I wouldn't be at all. If I sat there and listened to them saying that I couldn't speak, I shouldn't speak, can't nobody ever gonna understand me, I talk too fast, all this kind of stuff. Why am I speaking? Making fun of me, oh you sound dumb, or you sound like you lying because I stuttered. I will not be, if I listen to them, I will not be in front of y'all today doing these videos, podcasts, talking, speaking, anything. I lead support groups. I would not be able to do that either if that was the case, if I listened to those people. That's what I'm telling you. You cannot listen to anybody around you unless they're pushing you forward, telling you to go ahead and do that shit. Go ahead and think bigger than what you're already thinking. Go ahead and move forward. If they're telling you that, then you listen to those people. If not, do not listen to them. Even if it's your mother, even if it's your father, even if it's anybody else in your family, friends, job, whoever it is. If you know that you can do something better, you feel it in your heart, mind, and soul, and God have already put this in your heart, go ahead and think bigger and don't listen to those folks. Don't give a damn what they say. Only give a damn what you and God say. Now, I know I'm speaking to somebody, I have no idea who, but whoever this is out there for, please accept this message. It may be hard to hear because it's sometimes the truth, It has to, you have to hear the truth at some point in order to start getting those seeds to create those changes as well. Sometimes the truth hurts, but I'm sending this message in love. Trust me on that one. I don't like for people to have their life stunted because of somebody else. I know how that feels. Like I said, this is all coming from love and all coming from my experiences. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my butt off here because I can talk here all day on this whole topic. I can talk for hours, and YouTube and Anchor podcast and shut me down. I'm sure, but like I said, definitely, I want to make sure that y'all got this message. Like I said, that y'all was folks are always asking, how did I decide to do something different in my life? It started when I was a kid. That self discipline, that consistency, that will in that drive to do something different that everybody was around me. Like I said, the neighborhoods I grew up in, you I had PS when I went to college, I was diagnosed with PTSD and paranoia because of all the shootings and all the violence I saw. Living in my household, hearing that my dad slapped the shit, my mother beat her that. I heard that Alma Dimmer every night. Smelt the drugs in the household. Crack cocaine, smelt it every damn day. So I suffered from a lot. I had to go to therapy for those things actually. In order to, of course, that's what's kicked off the process of me going through my healing journey. And of course, letting go of some of those things that I witnessed and that had to happen to me. It's not going to be in all one big old swoop. It's going to take time throughout your life, y'all. At different points in your life, you're going to have different times where you're challenged to do make more changes and to heal some more things and to heal the triggers, to heal the things that you haven't forgiven. It's going, like I said, it's going to take more than just one time. Like I said, there's no blueprints. I don't have a written out. Well, I do have journals, of course, but I don't have like an actual blueprint that you can follow because everybody's life is different. Everybody is a unique person. Everybody has their own set of beliefs, values, experiences, and lessons that they've been through and how they handle those things. So, like I said, definitely you just have to understand that. And deciding to do something different in life comes out of all those challenges that you have. I don't care how young or how old. If you see somebody doing something different and something that you want to do, and it's better than what you're doing now, just know that you can do those things. If you see one person doing it, then you can do that thing too. You just have to make up your mind that that's the path that you're going to follow. I didn't say that person, I said the path. Everybody has their own path when it goes to business and all the type of business, education, all those things. Everybody has their own path for whatever reason. But you making that decision, say I'm going to follow this path and go ahead and start being a social worker or open up a business or whatever it is, be a baker or I don't know, open up a zoo, whatever it is. You make that decision and go ahead and stand in that decision, regardless as to whatever else happens to you or around you. That you're still going to keep pushing forward towards that same goal. That's dedication, y'all. And like I said, without that dedication, without that self discipline, without that consistency, you're not going nowhere. And then without you having the backbone to not listen to those folks who put you down and say that you can't do whatever it is you put your mind to, you're not going to get anywhere if you listen to that. So like I said, definitely y'all have got, like I said, with me, that's how I do myself. I push myself to the damn limits. Well, unless I don't know something, I've been learning things. So of course, once I learn, I can't go back. But if I don't know, I just don't know. I just have to live my life to how I'm living it until I learn something different, and until I see something different, or until I hear something different, or the possibilities of something different. It all starts with you hearing, seeing, experiencing something different, y'all, and then making that decision to go down that path to do something different than what you were doing, to intentionally make that choice to do something different with your life. We all have that choice, and it's afforded to all of us. You just have to want to do it, regardless as to what anybody else around you says. So, like I said again, I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to this, I guess, of course, to my YouTube video and, of course, to the podcast, Taboo Conversations over on Anchor. It's on Apple. It's on Google. Podcast everywhere, y'all. Just search my name. You'll find it. But like I said, definitely, y'all, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, I know this message is for somebody. It's going to help somebody, at least one person. I put a link in the description of both the YouTube and the podcast. Get your unpacking the baggage questions. They are free for you to download. But if you want to go farther after you get those questions, you want to work with me one on one, make sure that you, of course, click that link in the description again, and click the little button that says "Work with me one on one." Learn how. We can go ahead and start getting the process started. So I know some of y'all out there like, I'm stuck. I heard you. I heard what you're saying, but I have no idea where to even get started at. And I can help you at least get started with that process so that you can start flowing and learning these things on your own so that you can start coaching yourself. So I'm not always going to be around to help anybody do anything. So you have to learn how to coach yourself through these things too. So with that, again, this is your girl, Tonetta Clay. Like I said, search me anywhere. I guess my name is the same just about anywhere. Like I said, if you need me, let me know. Comment down below. Let me know you're on here. Let me know what your thoughts are about this podcast and about this YouTube video. Let me know, y'all. I definitely want to hear from y'all. And make sure that you share this out to your family, your friends. I'm sure some of them need to hear this video. Because they may be the ones who are trying to do something different. Or they may be the one trying to stunt somebody's growth who wants to do something different. And it may make them shut their damn mouths. I'll put it that way. So like I said, y'all definitely take care. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Make sure that y'all, like I said, are subscribing to my YouTube channel and to my podcast, Taboo Conversations. Make sure that y'all are subscribing to both. I know y'all want to see y'all, girl. I got these big ass ghetto earrings on today, just to have, I guess, just to have a little bit of flair. Though that stuttering go, y'all. So like I said, I did use to stutter, so. But like I said, definitely make sure that y'all subscribe in both places, y'all. And make sure y'all sharing this out to your tribes, your family, friends, people. Folks need to hear this message to help them move further ahead. So y'all, with that, take care. Y'all have a great one. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Or I'll see you, YouTube, in the next episode. In Taboo Conversations podcast, you will hear me in the next episode. Take care, y'all, and have a great one.